The numbers are in for how much money I made as a community college professor in 2024, and apparently I'm lower middle class. Oh my God. Uh, America. Hi, everyone. Professor August here, and I'm going to be talking about how much money I made as a community college professor living in the Bay Area in California in 2024. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because when I was a student, I was really interested in what life was like for my professors, and I've always had conversations with my students about what my day is like and how much money we make and what my day to day activities are. So, this video is just about how much money I made in 2024, and a couple of caveats before I get into this, some disclaimers. Um, I live in the Bay Area. If you haven't looked at what the Bay Area costs of living are, you really need to look them up. They are astronomical. The Bay Area is one of the most expensive places to live in California, let alone the entirety of the United States. Aside from like New York City and parts of Hawaii, the Bay Area is the most expensive. And so the numbers I'm going to show you, if I lived in Chicago or Indiana, I'd be living like a queen, but I live in the Bay Area. So, yes, according to CNBC, where all of these numbers are coming from, I am lower middle class, which to me is hilarious because the numbers I'm going to show you just like 5 years ago when I lived in the Midwest, they would have rocked my world. And now it's just ramen and paycheck to paycheck. What is happening? Okay. So, context. The Bay Area is expensive. We know this, but here are some of the CNBC numbers. I love CNBC's series. They do this every couple of months where they list the most expensive places to live and then they give you the data for it. In the Bay Area, you can see these are mortgage numbers, right? So, like, the median price of a house in San Francisco is like $2.5 million. Please. Like, I don't know who the hell has that kind of money. Well, the tech people apparently in Silicon Valley. I'm not a tech person. I don't work for Silicon Valley. I'm a community college professor. But in all of the counties around San Francisco, houses are also still really, really expensive. So the community college I teach at is in Alameda County, and the median price for a house in Alameda County is $1.5 million. Girl, I don't make that kind of money. A lot of us who work at the college do not make enough money to live in Alameda County, which is why we live so damn far away. I personally live in Contra Costa, which is like 2 hours away from Alameda. Yes, I have to drive 2 hours each way to and from work because we just can't afford to live closer to where the college is. If you're not making like $25,000 a month, it's just impossible to live in some of these places in the Bay Area. So that's one thing you got to keep in mind. In terms of rent, like just renting an apartment that's one bedroom, the prices are ridiculous. In San Francisco, you can pay as much as like $5,000 for one bedroom, one bathroom. In Alameda County, where the college is, it's like $3,500. And then it gets cheaper the farther you get away from Alameda and San Francisco. So, like, if you look at Solano County, where like it's close to Napa and Sacramento, a one bedroom might cost like $1,500. A house mortgage might be like $2,500 or $3,000 a month, something like that. So it's just really, really hyperinflated here and super expensive. So when you look at the numbers I'm going to show you, chill, because I live in the Bay Area. This is not the Midwest, and it's not cutting it really, and the data shows that. Thank you, CNBC, for telling us. So in 2024, my contract was a 10-month contract. So I'm salaried at the college. When you get hired, you can either opt into a 12-month contract or a 10-month contract. You get paid the same for the whole year, but you have the option of getting all of your pay in 10 months instead of 12 months, because I don't make enough money to be able to stretch it over 12 months. So I have to take the larger sums in 10 months. And then for 2 months over the summer, I have to do side gigs. So, like, I'll take on editing jobs or crafting jobs or art jobs or teaching jobs, like part time teaching jobs, whatever I can do to make up the income for the summer. But for the whole year, I just get paid 10 months out of the year. At my college, there are part timers and full timers. I used to be a part timer, and then I transitioned to be a full timer. And so I'm a full timer and I'm tenure track. So my salary already is um, taking into consideration all of my teaching and the requirements of service to the campus. So my job isn't just to teach. I also have to do mentorship and sit on committees and do all sorts of stuff on campus. Part-timers don't do those things. They just teach. And then sometimes they can opt into doing service on campus, and they might get paid a little extra stipend for doing some extra stuff on campus. So those are the two different categories that we have. And then within each of those categories, there's like a rank system. So in my category for full-time tenure track faculty member, there are faculty who have master's degrees and PhDs. I have a PhD, so I get paid a little bit more than somebody who only has a master's degree. And so it's the same thing for part timers, MA, PhD. PhDs make a little bit more. At our college, full time PhD professors make more money than, say, a part-timer who only has a master's degree, right? So there are different rankings and different classifications. So the numbers I'm going to talk about are only for my college district. So there are tons and tons of college districts in California. And so when you look at my salary, you can't compare it. I mean, of course you can compare it, but it's not a blanket kind of thing for California. So like somebody who works in Solano County is going to have a different type of income. Somebody who works in like the middle of the state is going to have a different income. And then even local districts, so right around where I work, the salaries are different. So there's some colleges that pay way more money than my college does, and there are other campuses that pay way less money than my college does. So these numbers are not sort of like, oh, look at how great it is and I'm rolling in dough. I'm not. Also, it's not a complaint. I love the fact that I have this job and I can do what I love and I can get paid for it. So like, that's really cool. Okay, so these are the numbers. I was working all year from January to December. The 2 months that I don't get paid are the summer months, so June and July. Before the summer months, so January to May, I was making my gross income every month was $11,400. So after taxes and everything, my net pay was $7,600, and that's the amount of money I got to take home. And then after the summer, I got a tiny pay bump. So my salary went to like 11,500 as my net. So that's the amount the college would pay. Post tax, it would be like 7,800, something like that. So in total, the salary that I made in all of 2024 was about 116,000. That's the gross income, like the total amount. After taxes and everything, it's about $77,000. So it sounds like a lot of money, and like, yes, years and years ago, not even that long ago, a couple years ago, I would have killed to have a salary like this, but I wasn't living in the Bay Area. And so when we moved here, I was like, oh, yay, like I'm going to make a ton of money. No. You can see on the screen, this is CNBC's category of what is middle class in the Bay Area. And like, middle class, I don't even know what that means anymore. When I was a kid, middle class meant, one or two parents were working and everybody had food and everybody had like a place to live and you could take a vacation 1 or 2 times a year and not go bankrupt. That is not what middle class is today. I feel like the definition of what middle class means has changed. We don't take vacations. We don't eat out. We don't like have fancy things. So the range of middle class, according to CNBC, is like $85,000 to $256,000. $256,000 is still middle class in the Bay Area. That is nuts to me. Okay. And so my number is closer to the lower part of middle class. Someday, hopefully, with aspiration and pulling myself up by the bootstraps, we'll be okay. We'll make some more money and we'll like be solidly middle class. But right now, I'm an early career faculty member at a community college, so we're making not as much money as we want. But to be honest, this is kind of what we expected. Like me and all of my friends when we were in graduate school and doing our PhDs and our master's degrees, and we wanted to get academic jobs. We knew we weren't taking these jobs for money. Like if you want money, you got to open a business, you got to go into tech, you got to go into medicine or law. Like that is not what we did. I teach humanities and social sciences. So the fact that I even get paid this much to do it is phenomenal. But also just the cost of living here is so damn expensive. I was looking at the cost of living in Chicago, and like the median house price in Chicago is like $350,000 or $400,000. You have to double or triple that for the Bay Area. So it's just like our dollars don't go as far in the Bay Area. And, I don't know what to do about it. I can't leave. This is where my job is. This is where my family is. So I'm kind of stuck. But this is just transparent information. So all of you who are interested in going into academia and teaching at colleges, especially at community colleges, this is what the college pays me. This is what they paid me in this year in 2024. If you're interested in learning more about a professor's life, there's a playlist in the description box that you can click on. I'll be posting videos once in a while about life as a faculty member and as a professor at a community college, so you can keep track that way. Please do like and subscribe to the video because it does keep me motivated to keep making more of these videos. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks. Bye. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe below. Catch you in the next video.